On May 2021, Ralph Davis Brown, the former mayor of Cornelius, Oregon, left his home that evening, driving away in his blue Nissan Sentra, with a destination unknown. Ralph Brown, who was 76 years old at the time of his disappearance, was suffering from dementia, and would often forget his way. Just before leaving his house that evening in May, Brown turned to his wife Carol Brown, telling her he was going home despite already being home. This was extreme. Megan, Brown's granddaughter, explained the details of the event that night. Her grandmother Carol tried to stop her husband as he grabbed the keys, but since she was disabled, she was unable to stop him. Before leaving, Brown told his wife that he was leaving to go home. He said, "I'm going home." This was confusing to his wife as he was already home. But home for him must have meant Astoria, and so the family thought that he was trying to head in that direction, getting confused in the process. That evening, after calling several dozen times, his daughter Lori managed to get in touch with him on the phone, but he sounded extremely disoriented. He was confused and indicated to his daughter that he was in the bushes at a golf course. A large manhunt soon ensued, with almost 200 members of the community setting out that night to search for Ralph Brown. Through his last phone call to his daughter, they attempted to trace his call, but they failed to find any signs of Ralph Brown, his phone, or his vehicle. There were reports and several unconfirmed sightings in the Silver Falls State Park in Newburgh, but none of these leads helped. The search still carried on, with family, friends, students, and neighbors, all actively searching high and low for a beloved member of the community. He had touched so many lives and had helped so many people, and almost all these people participated in this search to locate their father, teacher, and friend. First responders followed up on every lead, but they were still unable to find him. With no new leads, the family of Ralph Brown enlists the help of the Oregon-based search and recovery dive team, Adventures with Purpose, who are dedicated to helping families with missing loved ones. Mysterious Hook strongly supports the work done by the amazing team. AWP initially began as an environmental mission, helping to restore the aquatic environment to its once pristine glory. The team, led by Jared Lysak and Doug Bishop, has done so much outstanding work. The family knew they would be successful in finding Ralph Brown. The Washington County authorities had received a number of tips on Brown's whereabouts, but none of these sightings could be confirmed. Most importantly, one of the sightings was near Rogers Landing County Park in the Willamette River. His cell phone had also pinged off a tower in the same area before he vanished. His phone records revealed that he had driven all within a 30-mile radius of his house for several hours. Upon learning that the investigators were able to track his cell phone, Doug from AWP had a gut feeling that the vehicle would be found underwater. This led the team to the Willamette River and Rogers Boat Ramp, where the group conducted a series of searches. In a Facebook post uploaded by the AWP team, they revealed that while working on this case they learned a lot about dementia patients, cell phone pings, and tracking. It was only his last cell phone ping, which led the team back to Rogers Boat Landing. This was one of the most grueling cases conducted by the AWP, with a total of 10 searches being conducted. In the same Facebook post, the team at AWP announced that it was the 4th search of a particular portion of the Willamette River, in which the group detected an anomaly. Doug reported that something was drawing him back to a certain area, where they ultimately made a discovery that would help them with their case. The Willamette River is one of the major tributaries of the Columbia River, lying entirely in the northwest region of Oregon. It contributes 12 to 15% of the total flow of the Columbia River, averaging at about 8,200 cubic feet per second, making it a relatively powerful water body, and has flooded several times. Rogers Landing in Yamhill County offers premier boating facilities, including a 3-lane boat ramp. It was just 90 minutes into their final search on the 13th of May, 2022 that the AWP team identified a vehicle in the water, submerged upside down. The vehicle they found was a blue Nissan Sentra, and they knew that the signs were pointing to a painful truth. They then went to retrieve the license plate to confirm that the vehicle belonged to Ralph Brown. It was an Oregon license plate reason 319KQV, confirming that this was in fact Brown's car. The divers were not able to identify if anybody was inside, so they swam back to the surface, to inform the rest of the crew about their findings. Jared called Lori Saunders, Ralph Brown's daughter, to update the family that they had located his car in the Willamette River. It was ultimately just 23 miles from his home that Brown's car was ultimately found. Yamhill County deputies, in conjunction with Marine Patrol deputies, reported to the scene, after they were notified that the car had been found. They began to work closely with the AWP team on extracting the vehicle from the water. Once the vehicle was removed, Investigators confirmed that Ralph Brown's body was in the car when it went inside the river. The family of Ralph Brown was obviously hurt by the tremendous loss of a beloved family member and such an outstanding pillar of the community. They were however glad to finally have the answer that had haunted them for so many months. Found just 3 days shy of the anniversary of his disappearance, Ralph Brown was found and brought home by the brave members of AWP. His granddaughter spoke on behalf of the family, saying that the family is thrilled that they finally have the closure after 12 grueling months of waiting for signs. It was disheartening that the small Oregonian community has lost one of the most upstanding members, who served as an inspiration to all. The loss is never easy, but it is always easier with closure. We thank the AWP Angels, without whom none of these discoveries would have ever been made. You will always have Mysterious Hook's support, AWP Angels. AWP, an underwater sonar search and recovery dive team, is now helping families of missing loved ones. Due to people's outstanding support, they have resolved 23 missing person cold cases since 2019. Let's make it possible for AWP to provide this free service to families and law enforcement by watching their documentaries, buying their merchandise, and donating. As always, please share your views in our comments section below. Also, check out our other videos at Mystery Resolved if you want to see similar cases. We will be back with a new one soon. Thank you for watching our video, and if you found this interesting, like the video and subscribe to our channel.